Well, holy smokes, everyone. You need to see this new report about what China just did with their gold, and also this world gold report to show exactly what is happening in the gold and silver market right now, because there's definitely something suspicious going on with the price and with the data and what it's telling us. So everyone, we don't muck around here. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, everyone, I'll bring up the chart. We can see here gold has had a pretty bad week, falling from around $1,850 down to $1,791. And so what has been the narrative of why it's been falling? Well, this everyone, the US dollar index. The US dollar index has been rallying over the past 6 months. It's gone from around 92 all the way up to 97.22. Now, what you have to know with gold and many other commodities is their price in US dollars. So when the dollar falls, that's bullish for commodities, but when it rises, that hurts commodity prices. Not only this, but in good economic times when the economy is booming and the Federal Reserve starts quantitative tightening and lifting interest rates, this normally hurts gold prices as well. But during times of uncertainty and weak economic growth, and once the Federal Reserve starts firing their money printers again, that's when gold really booms. Just like what we saw in 2020 when there was a lot of uncertainty, the stock market crashed, gold sold off as well when there was a lot of margin calls, but you could see it quickly rebounded back to all-time highs when the US entered a recession and people wanted to fly to safety. But what you came here for and what you're wanting to know is, what is China doing with gold? Because we just got a very new interesting report, so let's have a look, everyone. Look at this, everyone. Could this be another reason why gold is falling? China's gold buying boom faces tests at the start of the year, the World Gold Council says. And what are the reasons? Well, an economic slowdown and fewer weddings are challenging demand. But look what the report did say. Consumer demand in top buyers jumped more than 50% in 2021. So I don't know about you, but this seems kind of like conflicting data here. So let's have a deeper look. There is a lot of talk about the decline in Chinese economic growth. That's a key risk factor, as growth and incomes are a key driver of demand. Still, steady or lower gold prices could support purchases, the council said. Bullion slipped for the first time in 3 years in 2021 as investors prepared for tighter monetary policy to rein in high inflation. And that's what we're seeing now, with the Federal Reserve no longer buying so many US treasuries and mortgage-backed securities, and also them likely to sell off their assets in 2022 and also start lifting interest rates, which is raising the dollar and hurting gold prices. But let's look what this report and what the data is really telling us. Well, China's jewelry demand rose 63%, while bar and coin investment climbed 44%. So that is absolutely crazy, everyone. A 63% increase in jewelry, and there's also a 44% increase in gold investment. So what that tells me is there may be a lot of Chinese people that are uncertain about the property market, and their next best investment for them is gold. Now, not just China, but globally, jewelry demand gained 52%, and bar and coin investment rose 31% to an 8-year high. So are you starting to get the picture here? All the data is telling us that the prices should be at record levels, but what's really going on? Also, listen to this. Central banks added 463 tons to reserves, an 82% increase from more than a year earlier. So we've got jewelry demand up in China and globally. We got more people investing in bars and coins. Now we've got central banks around the world that have added 463 tons to the reserves, an 82% increase than the year in 2020 when the world was in a global recession. Also, one more interesting piece of data. Total supply eased 1% to 4,666 tons, with an 11% drop in recycling, countering a 2% increase in mine production. This is absolutely insane, everyone. We've got demand rising to record levels, we've got central banks' reserves rising, and we've also got supply going down from a reduction in gold recycling. So to me, there's really only one explanation, and this is what we all know, but of course, they just keep on getting away with it. That is right, the banks. The banks are manipulating the prices with the future contracts, and they're manipulating the prices with the paper markets and with derivatives. And they're doing this so they can keep on buying more and more gold, because I think they know trouble is going to be coming ahead, especially these foreign central banks like Russia and China that are hoarding gold at record levels. So of course they want to keep the price low so they can keep on accumulating. And this is not a conspiracy theory, people. Bank after bank has been caught manipulating the gold and silver markets, but they just get a slap on the wrist. So of course, if they don't get bigger fines than the money they're actually making, they're going to keep doing it. And just a quick side note for all the Bitcoin and crypto investors, This is why I'm not very bullish on a Bitcoin ETF over the long term. Yes, now in the short term, this would spike a Bitcoin's price, but like what we see in the gold and silver markets, an ETF will make it easier and easier to manipulate the price. Especially they say it is backed by Bitcoin, but we all know that they're not always 100% backed. So instead of people buying real Bitcoin, this is going to artificially increase the supply by people buying paper Bitcoin instead of the real thing. So everyone, I thought this was a very interesting report with what's happening with China and also what's happening with the bullion markets with supply and demand globally. But what do you think about this? Let me know. Now, for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.